with my grandkids, and it spooks them a little. So yeah, our generation was a little different, I think.
Well, to me, Easy Rider stood for adventure. It didn't stand for troublemaking. It just stood for adventure. And I also put a song in there that was recorded. Actually, I don't remember if it was recorded or not. I don't think it was. It had to be recorded. I wouldn't have had it. But Tom Petty did a take off. Roger McGuinn was credited with writing that song, but Roger said that Bob Dylan actually wrote that song and gave it to him, and then he worked out the lyrics and so on with the music, and then he begged off of getting credit. Dylan didn't want credit for the piece, and so McGuinn of the Birds. And McGuinn obviously is one of those old hippie spirits from Laurel Canyon outside of LA, where there was a fusion between folk and rock. They used to call it folk rock music, if you can imagine that. And so that song that Petty sang, who never really recorded it in his own right, I don't believe, or performed it other than that one occasion when they did happen to have it taped. It's a clarion call to adventure. You know, it talks about, you know, the river rolls and then he rolls to some other town. And it really appeals to that Huck Finn kind of American spirit that, you know, you got to go find your way, young man. And I remember back in the time that it was right around in that time period. I think Easy Rider was 1969. By 1971, I was on my bicycle riding a bike across the United States from California to Delaware. And so I heard that song. My cousin sent that to me a while back. And when I heard that song, I went, damn, I remember that. And then that line, and then he goes to some other town, and it's just another day, and it's just another place, and it's another adventure. And it inspired me, quite frankly, to take that bike ride. And when I hear it even to this day, I feel like getting in my old Beast, which is my Chevrolet Tahoe, and packing it up with my sleeping bag and see how far I can go. But I think that Easy Rider, we downplay the drug aspect of it. But I don't think most of us who watched the movie really, I mean, other than just we were kind of amazed that they would sell drugs in such a way. I don't think the drug part of it made much sense to us. I mean, I think they were smoking pot in that movie, as I recall, which was kind of unusual for the day. I mean, that was a little out there for the time. I mean, today we wouldn't think twice of it. But, well, let's conclude on another subject, a little more lighthearted.
All right.
Of all the things I've put on the internet in my crazy experience using Facebook to trouble people, Safetyville became the most. Several thousand people were talking about Safetyville all of a sudden. I found this picture. Actually, it was a website, and the guy had a bunch of pictures of Safetyville and those cars. And then I had an old picture. I remember I saved it from years ago of Safetyville. And, you know, that little guys had the helmets and the police and helping the little kids. And they had this village all set up and it's hard to explain to my kids. They think it's wacky. What is this Safetyville? And it was really a traffic safety, experience. And it was like powered cars, little electric cars and so on. And